Hello everyone and welcome to this very small guide about Civilization 5. It's a video about money and how to spend it. So a lot of people wondering, how do I use my money? I can't use it to buy a whore, I can't use it to do anything fun. That sucks. So here's the video explaining really quickly how to use the money and how to use it properly. So the first thing is settler and worker. I'm going to explain you very quickly how this works. The thing is, you can buy settler, of course you can, but you can only do it if you have a lot of money. Let's say you play as Spain and you find some natural wonder, then you can do it. If you don't, then you can play other civilization and you find El Dorado. Anyway, in the case you have a lot of money in the early game, let's say before the 21st turn, you can think about buying a settler and settling a city pretty quickly. In the other hand, you can also buy workers, but this is really rare. You mostly never do it. You do it only if you feel like you have to. Let's say you have a lot of jungles and you have to remove them. There is no way you can buy steal a worker from a city-state or another AI, then you should do it. However, I dislike it a lot. You should always steal workers. You should capture people, you should kidnap them, but you should never buy them. The second thing, and maybe the most important thing, is unit upgrades. This is the most important. If you're planning on conquering the world, you must have good units, well-trained units, and especially upgraded. It's very nice to have some archers or catapults with +1 range in logistic, but they will be useless if you don't upgrade them. For that, you need money. You should always prioritize your money for unit upgrade. This is the most important. We've talked about settler and workers, but they are not the most important thing. I've talked about them first because I think they are the first thing you can actually buy with money, but they are not the most important. The most important is unit upgrades. You should always have money to upgrade them. They will be useless against better units, better upgraded units, so you should always get the money or keep it for this. So this is the most important thing. It's to upgrade your units. Your early game should be always like this. You save the money and once you have it, you use all of it to upgrade your unit. I often have 1k or about 1k gold in the early game and I don't use any of it to do anything else than upgrading units, and that's the most important. If you're planning on going to war, you need to do it. I usually use it to upgrade my archers to composite bowmen, and then perhaps my spearmen to pikemen, and then my catapults to trebuchets, and so go on. It's very simple. The second thing is city-state. So you have the choice between city-state and buying luxuries. You basically buy city-state when you have a lot of money. Why? Because city-state can sometimes be a pain in your ass. You attack one AI and you have a city-state in your back attacking you at the same time. It is better to have them with you than against you. They can also help you for war. You can sometimes you're in a situation where you are against one AI and you want to fight him and he's surrounded by city-state. You could just buy all the city-state and then the AI will be swarmed by a lot of units from the city-state. This will ensure you to win the war. Also, city-state gives you a lot of good things such as luxuries, which means you will get happiness. They can also give you culture and things like this. Culture will give you more points to get policies, which means you will get more money and more happiness from policies, which are basically what they are used for. One of the last things is luxuries. I didn't talk a lot about it, but luxuries, you can sometimes buy them from the AI, but I don't really like it because sometimes you buy a luxury, few turns later you declare war, and that was just a waste of money. So you should never do it unless you really don't have a choice. You cannot bribe any city-state because they have too much influence and you don't have a lot of money. So you can do it, but I don't suggest you to do it, or at least unless you are really desperate. The last thing is buildings. You basically never buy buildings. You can buy them sometimes, that's why I put them on the list. You can sometimes buy buildings. It's mostly for the late game when you want to buy factories and you have a lot of money and you want to do it. Besides this, I mostly use it to buy barracks and things like this, or armory to upgrade unit. One last thing would be, and it is not on the list, would be tiles. A lot of people say you should buy tiles in the early game. I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. It really depends of what you're doing. I only buy tiles, and you should only buy them when you are fighting for them. Let's say one AI settled a city really close to one of yours, and that city was meant to get something. Let's say you were in range to get salt, and then one AI settled between you and the salt. If you can buy the tile, then you should probably do it. But beside this, you don't. And this is not it is not the key to win the game, so it's not really on the list, but you can actually do it. Beside this, if you do everything on the list, just saving money for unit upgrades, then you should probably win the game with just using your money for that. Then you can spend it in the late game when you have a lot of money and you don't know what to do. That's it for this guide. It was very short and very simple. I hope this will help people. If you like, consider leaving a like and a comment if you want, or have questions, or if you don't agree with something.